This tutorial is designed to show students how they can use Zoom to create meetings with other students for study groups and other collaborative activities. First, how do you get to Zoom? The way you get to Zoom is you go to the My VHCC portal, logging in with your credentials, the same portal that you go to access Canvas and student email. On that page, you will see a tile that says Zoom. Click on the tile, and you'll be presented with three options: to join a meeting, host a meeting, or go to settings. My recommendation is every time you join a Zoom meeting, especially if you're planning to join as a host, you should do so through the settings button. When I click on settings, it takes me to the Zoom meetings page. For the initial setup of your Zoom account, I want you to go to Profile in the upper left-hand corner. You'll see on this profile page that you are able to set a profile picture and some basic profile information. The way that you can edit this is by clicking the Edit link on the right-hand side. The name that appears on your Zoom account is the name that appears in SIS. However, this is something that you can edit, so if you have a given name that you prefer to use, you can edit it here and it will change your display name. All the information here is optional. I do recommend uploading a profile picture, which you can do by clicking the link and then uploading a picture similarly to how you would do it for any kind of social media. Once you've edited your profile, scroll down and click Save Changes. The next two items I want you to look at are the personal meeting ID and the personal link. The personal meeting ID is the ID that will be used for your personal meeting room. And your personal link is the custom link that you can give people to get to that personal meeting room. So in reality, this link and the link below take you to the same personal meeting room in Zoom. So my recommendation is to customize the personal link by clicking the Customize link on the right-hand side. You'll have to follow the directions that are given, but you can create a custom link for just your personal meeting room in Zoom. This is really important because I'm not going to show you how to schedule meetings. Your personal meeting room in Zoom is available to you 24/7, and you don't have to schedule it. All you would need to do is send out a message to your fellow classmates and provide them with this link, and they would be able to join you in your meeting room whenever you want. So set this customized link and click Save Changes. So pause this video right here, get into the My VHCC portal, customize your profile, and then customize your personal link. Do that and then come back to this tutorial for the next part. So once I've done all of the customization to my actual account and to my profile and the personal meeting link, I'm going to leave this page and I'm going to go back to the meetings page, which is the page we landed on when we first clicked the settings button in Zoom. Now you'll see that I have a bunch of meetings scheduled, but for students, I don't really think it's necessary to schedule meetings in the typical manner that you do in Zoom. You can just use your personal meeting room. Remember, I said that your personal meeting room is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you can access it by using that personal meeting link that you just customized. So I'm going to go to the personal meeting room right here at the top of the page and click on that link. So you'll see that it shows all the information for my personal meeting room, including the join URL, which is that personal meeting link that we just created. If I want other students to join me via computer in my personal meeting room, this is the link that I'm going to send them. They can also use this link to join me from a smartphone or like an iPhone or a Google Android device if they are using the free Zoom application that they can download from the store. If I'm hosting a meeting and I've sent my link out to my fellow classmates, I want to come back to this page to join as a host. This is very important. If you want to join as a host, you want to come back to this page, come back to the personal meeting room, and you'll see that there is a button in the upper left or upper right hand corner that says Start Meeting. If you click the Start Meeting button, you'll see that it will download a little application and it will launch your meeting. When you enter your Zoom room for the first time, it's going to look like this. So right now I'm not sharing any content with any of the participants in my meeting. As a matter of fact, for demonstration purposes, this is a meeting of one with just myself in here. But I can show you through some of the features that are available in Zoom. So you'll notice when I move my mouse that a toolbar comes up at the bottom of the screen. So let's work our way from left to right. First, to unmute my mic in Zoom, I need to click the microphone icon. And when the slash goes away, my mic is live and I'm unmuted. To mute my mic back, all I have to do is click the mic again. Same thing with the camera. If I want to unmute the camera, I can do so by clicking on the mic, or on the camera icon rather, and then when I'm ready to mute my camera, I can click it, and it actually goes back to the picture. If you set a picture for your profile, it'll use that photo in place of your live video. As we move across, there is an invite button that allows you to invite someone after the meeting has started. To be honest, that's not a feature I've really ever used. You can manage participants, and if you click on manage participants, it'll bring up a window on the right hand side that will show a list of all of the participants who are currently in your meeting. You can do polls. That's an advanced feature. I'm not going to go into that. Again, this is not meant to be a full-on tutorial on all the features inside of Zoom. But one of the features you may want to use is this share button. So you can share your computer screen with your participants. And if you're doing a study group or a group presentation or something like that, you may want to share a PowerPoint, or you may want to share a document that you're working on. To share a document, all you have to do is click the screen share icon, and it will give you the options that you have for sharing. My best practice for students is that you use the screen share. If you use the screen share, it will share whatever you bring up on your computer screen. Won't matter if it's a Word document or a PowerPoint. Anything that you bring up on your screen will be shared with the participants in the meeting. You can share specific applications. So if I had PowerPoint open, it would give me an option for sharing just the PowerPoint, or maybe it's just the Word document. The downside of using the application-specific sharing is if I want to switch to a different application, I have to stop sharing and then share the new application. If I'm sharing my computer screen, anything I bring up on my screen is going to be shared with the other participants, and I think that it's just easier to work with. So again, as a best practice, I would tell you to select share your screen as the option that you want to use. There is a whiteboard option available in Zoom that you can draw on and write on, so that's another option as well. You can also, if you're joining from an iPhone or an iPad, share your iPhone and iPad. That is an option. But your two main options are to share your screen or to share an application. And so again, I want to stress share your screen is probably the easiest option to use. And then when you're ready to share, I can click the share button, and what it's going to do is it's going to provide a green outline on my screen. I don't know if we can see that here or not, but there's a green outline that's going all the way around my screen to show that I'm sharing my screen. And if you look here at the top, you always have access to the stop share button. So when you're ready to stop sharing your screen, all you need to do is click right there and it'll stop sharing. If I hover on this, you'll see that I get my controls back, which will allow me to unmute my microphone, start my video. All the things that we were able to do at the bottom of the screen when in screen sharing mode are now available at the top of the screen. So I'm going to click Stop Sharing. That brings me back to this screen. And if you want to have just a video conference, again, you can unmute your video and your microphone down here in the lower left-hand corner, and you can just have a video conference with the other people in your group without sharing any other content. Completely up to you how you want to use Zoom to meet with other folks that may be in one of your classes or fellow classmates. I'm going to mute my mic, and I'm going to mute my video. As you come across through here, you'll notice that there is a chat window. So if you've got your Manage Participants window already open so you can see who's in the meeting, if you click on the chat window option, it opens up a little chat window down in the second half of that sidebar, and you'll notice that I can type in a message. So you can chat with folks as well. This is useful if you're meeting with classmates or colleagues and you're like, hey, let's meet, but not everybody has a microphone. You can still meet with those folks. They can hear you, but they may not be able to ask you a question, so they can ask you a question through the chat window. So having that chat window opens up Zoom to some folks who might not otherwise be able to participate. You can share files in the chat window. You can also share links. So if you want to share some resource links with folks, you can post those in the chat, and it'll allow you to do that as well. You'll also notice up here that there are some instant feedback buttons. So if somebody's got a question, they can raise a hand, or they can give you a thumbs up, a thumbs down, a yes, a no. So if you're doing a bigger meeting, I think these are particularly useful. Again, if I'm meeting with just a handful of people, I probably am not going to use that feature. And I think what we're talking about here with students is probably a group of 3 or 4 students getting together to work on a presentation or getting together to study a particular class or topic that they're trying to learn. So I don't know if these options are necessarily going to be useful in that situation. Most of you are going to probably use this as a video conferencing, or you're going to use the share capabilities to share your screen. At the end of the meeting, when you're ready to end, if you'll come all the way to the right-hand side, you'll see that I have an end meeting button or link. This is only for the host, but you can end the meeting for everyone by clicking on that. Participants also have a link over here, but it is a leave meeting link. So if they want to leave the meeting, all the participants have to do is come to the bottom of the screen and click the leave meeting link that would be here where it says end meeting. And those are the basics of using Zoom. If you've got questions about it, you can reach out to us at the help desk at vhcc.edu, and we'd be happy to help you. But I think I've given you enough tools that you should be able to jump into the help desk and start using it to collaborate with your classmates or to hold study sessions or something of that nature. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you found this tutorial useful.